Yeah, man, seriously.
Not
The
all.
cherry pie. Yeah. Hello, everyone.
I don't know how
and-
much of that was live, but we're having a good night here, can you tell?
Welcome everybody to
Get
Rep
it.
RPG's Blood in the Bayou, a Vampire the Masquerade live play show. We have a special guest.
Yeah, who is this guy? He just
here
showed
with
up.
us. Yeah, he does that.
Wait, there's
He does
somebody
that.
new here?
Look
Oh,
down.
God.
Down.
Oh God!
Our lovely cat is off having their own magical adventures right now.
How
and so
dare
we wish
you,
them-
when you watch this later, Cat, you abandon us. This is what you... I'm gonna
what you
fight.
get. This is what you get.
You didn't take
This
me
is
on the
what you
cruise
get.
with you, and now I'm angry.
Valid.
Okay,
Blood
that's
in the
fair, yeah.
Masquerade, Bayou and the Vampire.
Bayou and the Vampire.
I am having a good hair day. Thank you for noticing.
So we're going to go ahead, everybody introduce yourselves
Nope.
and then who you'll be playing tonight. Rav, we might leave your introduction on who you're playing tonight as a surprise for both the cast and the viewers.
Is he not
Yeah.
playing Liz?
Hi.
No,
Is he not playing
no.
Liz?
No, he's playing all
He's
of
playing
Liz's.
Laz.
all
Laz
of
short for
Liz's
Lazarus.
Is it the cat? Is it?
He's playing Fred.
What is it, a gangrel?
He's
I
Fred.
just drive around on a motorcycle. That's what gangrels do, right?
Yeah.
In our world,
Drive around
absolutely.
on a motorcycle,
Let's go.
turn into animals. You got
Gangrels and Bruja,
that's
just
it.
the motorcycle gangs of the Bayou. Let's
Yeah.
go. We'll get them some amphibious motorcycles so they can go
Yeah.
in the Bayou as well.
Yeah. With that, Matthew, who are you and what do you do?
My name's Matthew, and I am here on Rep RPG sometimes. And I am playing Jace. Oh, I have the wrong name on Discord. I'm playing Jace Campbell, the Tremere, who is perfect and has never done anything
He's
wrong.
wonderful. Really, just the most innocent being
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Next up on the innocent list, Meg.
Yeah, what's up?
Who are you?
I'm Meg, and I play Jem, who's also never done anything wrong.
Never.
The bayou is only 100 feet deep. I don't feel like you necessarily need a thing. Although someone did ask Google, where's the Louisiana Bayou? And the top response was Louisiana. So as far as us being problem children, at least we know where the bayou is.
I was thinking like motorcycle hover bike. Instead of like when she was talking about like you going underwater, like underwater motorcycles, I was like, no, like hover bikes. That'd be perfect through there.
I was
Okay.
thinking like a swan pedal boat, except electric and also.
Also
Harley.
valid.
Like, yeah, also a Harley.
You need power to go over water, but fly.
So Pixie, who are you and what do you do?
I've done lots of things wrong in my life, and I'm not going to pretend like I haven't. Some of us are honest bitches. And, hi, I'm Pixie. I am playing Siren. She's our... Well, she's pretending to be a Toreador.
There you go.
So she is lying
one.
about that.
One.
That's one.
Active track at home.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. God damn it. And she is...
We're being honest about this, right?
Yeah, that's true. Okay, well, so she, like I said, she's done lots of things wrong. That's what I said. And honestly, it's the honest ones you have to look out for. You can find me as a variety streamer and gamer and chaos being at Chaos Pixie Magic everywhere on the internet, and currently working on finishing my book series live on stream with just writing sprint streams of just
Yes.
it's been a lot, y'all. I'm simultaneously writing 3 chapters and I'm letting the music shift guide which one I work on at which time, which is fun. That's all. That's what I got.
It's called a process, you guys. A writing process.
What else? What else do you do here on Rep RPG? Pixie?
Oh, I also run, not for a minute though, because how dare Megan be talented and in demand. I also run
Wow.
Endless Wonder, our
Audacity.
Warehouse 13 inspired D&D 5e campaign. It is going to be briefly on hiatus while we wait for Meg to finish her shit, which is good because we're excited to see her shit. And it will give me time to help Cody develop our new Friday show that is coming, which we're going to be focusing on this week. We are about to run a new show, getting Cody back in the DM chair for a long-term campaign set in the world of Altensia. If you want lore, come join us because it's lore galore. It is our world where anything can happen, where we have had the last 3 seasons of our PvP take place, and the lore has developed from there as we've gone. But the twist is this. If you're a player coming to the table, you must bring a third-party race and subclass, or a third-party class. You have to do one or the other, both if you want. Because
But
we
Pixie,
know,
tell us why.
well, we know there's a lot of bad happening in Wizards of the Coast right now. We know there's a lot of negative energy, and quite frankly, a lot of us feel uncomfortable supporting Wizards with all they've been doing. Sending literal Pinkertons to someone's door, kind of a bad look. So, but we also know there's a ton of people who still love the 5e system, make a living off of it, or are trying to make a living off of it, and it's not their fault that Wizards have turned into absolute tool fuckers. So what we would like to do is highlight third-party creators who are trying to make a living with things like this, be able to re-inject some love and some fun into a system that brought a lot of us together and that we all love, at a game that we do enjoy. For my D&D game on Wednesdays, Endless Wonder, it's a third-party system. We're just kind of using the rule set, but it's all third-party system, and we're making up a lot of the rest of it as we go. We want to do more of that, but merging fantasy and cyberpunk and steampunk and whatever you want to bring to the table. So we're very excited about that. We're going to start doing some talkbacks and session zeros and character building and stuff within this week, so we want to try to launch that next week on Friday the 19th or the 26th. We want to try to launch that game. So by the end of this month, we're very, very excited about that. If you are interested in potentially playing and you're out there and have a good video and audio setup, please come hang out on Discord. That's all. Thank you, Matthew.
You're welcome.
So, Rav, with the exception of who you'll be playing tonight, who are you and what do you do?
Oh, hi everybody. I am the Ravenous Archon here on Twitch. I mostly do TTRPG stuff. I run my own Vampire 5th edition game on Mondays. I use Tuesdays normally for either Werewolf the Wild West or Legend of the Five Rings. And then every other Thursday right now I'm running a 7th Sea campaign because I like to showcase other systems that are not Dungeons and Dragons. And it may or may not have anything to do with the OGL debacle and the snowball of bullshit that has come out of WotC and Hasbro.
So much of the bullshit. I am excited for you to describe who you'll be playing tonight. I'm really excited for this.
Stop teasing us.
So he's teasing me because I pretty much like I did with Victor. Hey, look, your character can know what your character would know. Your character can have a background in what your character would have a background. And Rav, if I'm not mistaken, you're bringing over a character, right?
I'm bringing one of my NPCs from my my actual vampire game.
So I've been teased. Okay, this is just giving you guys payback. So
It's fair.
last we left off, poor Addison. Maybe Addison.
Stop
Or
it. Stop it.
Addison?
No.
Could
We
be
wrapped that the fuck up.
Addison,
Don't sit here
Addison
and maybe
face.
us.
Addison face. Who knows what's really inside?
I don't give a fuck.
Dead. That's
But
what's
it's done. Taking care of the ghost issue / wraith issue / almost lost the entire coterie in one night, but players and their fucking dice rolls. But with all the immediate concerns and threats and mysteries being taken care of, it left our coterie with some downtime. Now, we're going to skip ahead 2 weeks. If there's something that you would like to at least have started and we'll progress further than that, we can talk about skipping forward in time a little bit more. But I want to start at a 2 week. You guys have had downtime. You've been able to feed properly. those of you who have suffered humanity loss, you still feel that hunger a little bit stronger. But you figured out how to procure and get everything you need anyways. Most of you guys have your own feeding sources, so at least that, your nights go smoothly. What are you guys going to be doing these 2 weeks? For the record, Liz is going to be working with Victor on how to be the proper scourge of New Orleans, but can be conversed with and utilized however you guys need in the 2 weeks. If you guys want to invite her out anywhere, she'll be there. But okay, Matthew, do you want to start with you?
Sure.
Scourge.
So, okay. So one of the next big things that's on our list of issues is the Second Inquisition. And so we need to figure out a little bit more information about them. So, I want to do what digging I can into, and we kind of talked about this earlier, so I know the answer, but, if Second Inquisition can easily tell magically if ghouls are ghouls.
Okay.
And then depending on how much time is left after that, I have a couple other things as well, but that's the main thing.
So, I'm assuming you're going to want to use Oscar for this.
I mean, yeah, but I want to know if he's going to just die and end up ratting me out before I send him in.
You would know enough that if they do have an ability to detect, it's more of a warning system. That his only immediate danger is just a dude with a gun.
Yeah.
Through this time, you've gotten the impression that he, and subsequent feedings, that any desire that he might have had to get one over on you or get you back, run away or save himself, that's gone.
It was less that I was worried about him like going in there and ratting me out, and more like if they detect that he's a ghoul and they capture him, they torture him.
That is a very real possibility.
Yeah, they torture him into saying that I am a kindred.
That's one of those the one of the rumors you guys have always been kind of one of the scare factors of the Second Inquisition is that they can get a ghoul, they can get anything they want.
Yeah.
If it's human ghoul, they can't really torture a dog.
Isn't he sort of torture immune at this point, though? I mean,
valid.
Yeah.
If not, we can make that happen before we send him out there. We can work on that. If he needs to level up his torture dots, Gem and Siren will happily and eagerly volunteer, I feel like.
Yeah. For the good of the coterie.
Yes, obviously. No pleasure taken
how
at
are
all.
you? So you're sending Oscar.
Yeah, so if I find out that they don't have like immediate magical detection systems to find out ghouls, I think that they do kindred, then I'll send him. I just want to have him kind of scope out the church, probably attend a few of the masses, to see what's up, see what's happening there during the day, since that's a time that we obviously can't go near it at any time because kindred, but especially during the day we can't see anything. So yeah, I'll just kind of send him in to scope things out.
If you're gonna test the ghouls, if they have a concept of that, so it's what I mean by an early warning is, unlike your wards, which would cause physical pain or whatever, it's more of like an alerting. The rumors that you've heard, they always seem to know. He's able to monitor the outside for 2 days, and he goes to mass. He gets walked out. He tells you that he gets walked out of mass, and then the next day, if you want to send him out again after that,
No, not for a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll let the coterie know.
You get the impression that he didn't do anything or say anything. and he was sitting in the back,
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't look disheveled, but he kind of looks like maybe he's recovering from something. You've kind of taken the fight out of this one a little bit.
That's fair. But also, it's been what, like a month?
Yeah,
3
he's
weeks?
not like a robot anymore.
Yeah.
He's conversational.
And he's
but
got no broken bones or anything.
no. He looks like the vacant expression of someone sitting in the very
Oh.
back of the church. That's kind of like,
That's fair.
Gotta say, if they walk out someone like that, they're a really shitty church. Isn't that exactly the kind of person you're supposed to be welcoming in?
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
But he says that they didn't mention anything.
Mm-hmm.
They just said, "Sir, you need to leave." And
if-
he didn't argue or fight back. He just
Sure.
left.
Could he describe these people, whoever walked him out, in such a way that if I did some Google foo and some searching, that I could find out who they are?
Relatively easily, yeah, because he mentions that one was a young kid, and when he kind of describes like really orange hair, that it's one of the altar boys that's like newer to the area. Their family moved here from like upper northeast, and the other guy is one of the priests there. Nothing really on him other than he's always been in the church. Like he was an orphan and then went into the church.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Then yeah, I mean, I'll let other people go, and then I'll finish out my 2 weeks.
Okay. Was there any other type of ghoul that you wanted to test that out on?
No, I don't have another one. I'm not making another one.
No, I didn't. I know you didn't, but like
No, and I'm not gonna ask
Liz,
other people.
Liz
this
has a
either.
variety of animals. You're like, you know what? Let's see if the dog can just go chill there for a little bit.
No. Nah. Maybe
okay.
later.
So, Meg, what is Jem going to be doing?
Step 1, fix bar.
Fix bar.
Valid.
Yeah, fix bar. And yeah, fix bar. She's going to make a point once a week. She goes to have dinner or something with Rebecca Chase.
Okay.
To maybe talk about Addison, but also just sort of kind of sit. And she's going to apologize for her behavior at the party. And sort of in general, because she's been a little antagonistic towards Rebecca. And,
Deservedly so, though. Like, let's just be fair.
no, she's not going to say that, but, I mean, I was right, but I'm sorry that I did it. Yeah, and try to... Because Rebecca's already kind of a backer in the bar anyway, but see if there's any,
Are you fleecing her for fixing funds?
No, I don't have to. The bar does really well, and
Okay,
Jem
good.
doesn't
Yeah,
doesn't spend anything.
she had torn up the hardwood and put like dirt. So when the crash, which was trying to go through, it's just dirt at that point. It wasn't like it busted up the hardwood. So
Yeah.
some tables needed to be replaced. Some stools needed to be replaced.
I can't believe
but-
he inconvenienced me one last fucking time.
Yeah.
Can you not?
So you said that she was a backer on the bar.
Yeah, because that was something she had discussed with me prior. That sort of hey, I know you don't have any kids right now, but if you like she's gonna low-key remind her that she was almost a Ventru, so she's kind of got ahead for that stuff. If there's any projects that she's wanting to work on or branch out into, that Jem is kind of available for some stuff, because the bar runs itself. It's to the point where she doesn't have to be there, which is good because she hasn't been for like 3 months, for the longest Halloween night ever. And Yeah. So between that, she's buying a house.
Okay.
Because she doesn't want to stay in the bar anymore. It's
Do you
a
mention
good...
that to Rebecca Chase? That you're looking for a house?
Oh.
Let me start off with another question, right? Let's focus on the Rebecca Chase thing.
Let's focus on Rebecca.
Be-
Always.
because the house is not going to be a problem for you to get. You're really good with your finances. You have dots in like managing shit. You're good. Certain points on your very first time that you go over there, you know that it's most likely when you're being invited to a kindred's own, not domain so much here in New Orleans, but like domicile, their immediate domain. That while you should feed beforehand, know that almost, especially here in the South, almost it would be rude for the host to not offer you sustenance.
Right, she always has deviled eggs ready.
So the first night, she does tell you that she has she has the ability to have food delivered. That she is going to order, essentially. She doesn't want to make you feel like you have to decide if I'm eating tonight, like I'm going to order, do you want me to get you anything special?
Oh, thank you. That's very... I'm good. Thank you.
She's going to mention that she can what are you guys doing?
It's not DiGiorno's, it's delivery.
Exactly. She's gonna let you know that you can she can boost your mood a little bit through feeding. She has, because the Ventura are running the lovely little food supply.
Yeah.
That if you need a full pick-me-upper, find somebody that's really happy.
Interesting.
Best day of their life.
I'm a pretty happy person. I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah. While I'm here, I'm checking, is the pool drained?
The pool is crystal clear.
Okay, wonderful. Whew, thank God. I hate to have to turn her into the scourge. The skewerge. Skewerge. While I'm there, I do want to ask her something.
Okay.
So, Rebecca, if I can, respectfully, what are you doing with Ego?
You know, I was gonna have
I
Siren
need
be
s-
doing other things. Now I want Siren to be walking by this house and eating her because, good God, this is gonna be juicy!
All of us are lined up outside.
Like Scooby-Doo
ears
style,
pressed.
in order, like, us, Cat, Liz is there, her animals are all below, like, that's how we've got this stack going.
Before I do it, I just Sarah's just like, hold on one second. Start.
So-
All mute. Go ahead.
So is this the first night? Is this the second time you're over there?
Let's say second. Actually, yeah, let's say second. I was like, it's Gem. She has no subtlety, so.
Okay. The first night you saw that she wanted somebody that would essentially give her like a high feeling, an elated kind of. It's almost like when somebody doesn't have like a girls' night for a long time, and then they go fucking crazy. It's like she wanted to have a little bit of that. So she was legitimately not stoned or anything. Like she was still there, but she was definitely more kind of light in her speech.
Cool.
You caught a southern dialect that she normally doesn't have, like just the slightest bit. She she said the word ice, but it came out more like ass. So you're like, what did you say? And then ice. So on the next visit, when are you going to ask her this question?
Like, It's on the second visit, like immediately when I walk through the door, or after we've had some pleasantries.
Well, I assume you've exchanged pleasantries. You guys you're waiting for a more appropriate time to ask. Then it's like, yo, bitch. But what I'm asking is, are you gonna wait until she's fed to kind of see what her mood is, or maybe take
Yeah.
advantage of that?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me roll something then. Let's see what she's in the mood for.
I don't think you need to roll anything. I think, just go with your heart.
Okay. No, she's in a very similar way she was the last time.
Okay, cool.
She gives you the remote and says, "I picked last time. Find us a movie."
Oh God, this is in her head. It's like
Yes.
this is just dad flashbacks. Okay.
And she's just like, enjoying her nice glass of wine-ish
Yeah.
substance.
Put on Mario Brothers because the Goombas make me miss it.
Because the Goombas. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's the Goombas where you're like it and ego.
This is a nice segue.
And you're like, why? What do you? And you ask, what are you
Like
doing with
green
ego?
screens? Speaking of,
And she goes, she takes a little sip. She looks at you like as soon as the blood touches her lips. She looks at you as you ask that, takes a sip. Are you asking me as Meg? Are you asking me? Or sorry, are you asking me as Jem? Are you asking me as the
She broke the
Hound
fourth
of?
fucking wall.
And she looks directly at the camera.
she holds her hand. I don't know who this Meg person is.
don't know.
She's controlling me. Help.
It's
No.
Cavian. It's not.
Yeah, that's
not
the
how
name
the
of
realm
my beast.
goes.
Meg is the name of Jem's beast, and it's just me. Poor Jem.
I'm here for it.
No, not as a hound.
So, my sire owns almost all of this.
Owned.
Owned.
Sorry.
Owns.
Wait.
With the Ventru, it's not like everything is directly passed down.
Oh.
Even if it's yours, it's not always passed down. So, whenever I find motivation, wherever I find it at, to maybe explore my own interests into setting up my own empire.
And that's the horse you're backing?
No, he's backing me. Oh God, does Candy think that I'm backing the fucking Grin child?
Yeah, to take over for the Nos?
Candy, no.
Then you may want to have a chat.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been together, by the way?
Oh, we're not
Now we're-
together.
Okay, well, but I mean,
She would never. She has some of her own insecurities that she needs to get over.
but how long have you guys been not together? As one.
Longer than you've been enjoying the sounds of music.
I hate that movie. As one Nos appreciator to another. I get it.
Is there anything else you want to talk to her about?
Oh, did she want to help me get a house? Not like buy one, but like.
She was. Well, let me ask you this. You ask. Did you ask her if the pool's been drained?
No, I
Or
just
do you
checked.
just notice? Okay.
Yeah.
After the talk about ego, he's gonna bring up the pool. So let me ask you a question. With the new scourge of New Orleans,
Yeah.
whatever past she came from, why does she care so much if we have a little party?
Oh, I genuinely don't know. I think it's less the party and more the what's the phrase for this? Blatant masquerade breach.
Okay, let me ask you this. What was your ghoul's name? She would know that you had one.
Yeah, fuck, no, that's Megan going, shit, what's her name?
Ryan?
Ryan.
Ryan, I was thinking
Oh,
Randy.
yes,
I
my
don't
dear
know why I
friend.
kept thinking Randy.
Ryan.
That's a masquerade breach. Liz and her collection. The baby vamp that we now have, again, newer than you all. Y'all were supposed to be the last batch for a little bit. Do you believe in an afterlife?
Oh,
Or is this it to you? What do you think? You've listened to every song in the entire world. What does that tell you about after this?
well, it depends. I mean, I don't know. I don't. But I also just have a problem, bless you, thinking of, God in general?
Yeah, it's because you've pretty much been lied to your entire life, just like your mother and your mother's mother and your mother's mother has been lied to.
Lied to about what?
What is God? Who is God? What?
So, who is God?
That's not for me to tell you.
Do you know?
I think we all have our own personal.
Who's your God?
That's
visit number 3.
That's
Got
gonna
it.
need a little bit more than this.
That's fair.
But
Hey, Rebecca,
yeah,
are you happy?
I don't think really we can be happy. Get to a certain point and there's pleasure. There's not really happiness.
But you love Candide, and you loved Addison.
In our own ways.
Yeah, it's all subjective, but
Our ways are a little bit more fucked up than you're going to be used to. The newer you are, it's fine. Hold on to it while you can.
oof.
Because slowly but surely, the days chip away at whatever was left of us from before. So we find enjoyment and pleasure and sensation. And we might have favorites that provide us with that. Your favorite prey, your favorite person to be around. But it's never gonna feel like it did.
Cool. I need to buy a house.
Okay.
Let's talk business. That
Okay.
might cheer you up.
You sure you don't want one of these? It will give you sensation.
Oh, sure. I'm good. Haha.
So would you like her financial backing in buying a house?
No, because I don't need it.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to find a place that can get sun tight.
Yeah, no, that won't be a problem for you. You can talk to Vegas. Vegas knows how to rig up the entire house for soundproofing if you want it. Night tight is going to be standard. It's pretty much like you go through the right people and they get you a house that they can do that with. Is there anything specific you have in mind? Like, describe us what Jem's financial stability dream house would be.
I think. Oh God. I love that
Gem's
it's not
Barbie
the
dream house.
No, it's Gem's financial stability house.
It's the only kind of stability
I'm
any
gonna,
of us
I'm gonna
gets,
tempt you.
okay?
I'm gonna tempt you one. I'm gonna tempt you before you say this.
No.
Oh, yes.
Rebecca offers you a house in her neighborhood if you let her do this as a gift, she says. A boon to you.
Oh God! See, that
A
sounds
boon
awesome.
to you. A boon to you repaid because you kept looking for Addison.
That sounds awesome, but that house is gonna be bugged within an inch of its life.
She does assure you that you can go through whoever you want, but it's one of her properties. So she would save you money and everything else like that, and you would live in a good community, and she would not set up bugs or anything else like that.
She's a New Orleans native, so this is the row that she would want to be on.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah,
There's a prestige that comes a little bit. You know?
it's the house from American Horror Story Coven. You know, like she's essentially she's dreamed about these houses her whole life. Oh, you know what?
Maybe
Treat
we
yourself.
just don't have the important meetings at your house, just in case.
Ever.
But like, you know,
Ever.
other than that,
Ever.
we're fine.
Yeah.
Great.
None of us are allowed to know where you live because you
So-
don't want us to ruin the house.
So yeah, you do. You have, just like many of the houses here, you have a pool that kind of cool, like one of those like curved pools that kind of go out to the back of your house. You have a little porch screened in, and you get the impression that like it's screened in, but it has like sliding windows that are like transition windows.
Ah.
So you can go outside during the day.
Okay.
Some people can, like Matthew could. No, you can't do that yet, have you? You can't do the hour. You can just do it if somebody wakes you up.
The entirety of the inside is done with like those murals that you put on the wall that look like it all looks like SoCal beaches.
Okay.
Like it just looks like background for 311 music video.
I like it.
Yeah. in there.
All of your windows are like not mirrored, but the actual panes themselves look like one of those really tinted windows where you just can't see in. But on the inside, you don't have. We'll give you the option. Do you want windows or do you not want windows?
Yeah.
Okay. So instead of having a like an actual window there, you have the windows, but you have a metal shutter that goes from the top of it to the top of the ceiling from the floor over your windows to give you light tight.
Cool.
No light should get through the windows to begin with, but if so, those are like a second layer of defense.
Cool.
You can tell that this house was designed and made with these ideas in mind. That
Was this supposed to be
this
Addison's
neighborhood
house?
might be a little kindred.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And then she wants to have a chat with it at some point, but that's
Okay.
You
Well,
may take all the time. Pixie
let's
has
do
a
that.
migraine today.
wants to-
I'm not going to be role-playing much. Go.
oh, apologies. I hope you feel better.
Oh, Pixie.
She invites him to the house because it's just a lot of like sunlight,
Yeah.
which he has been vociferous about missing. And also like her favorite music is from that era.
Yeah.
Like so it's not. This isn't Id's house very much. It's like it's stuff that she likes and misses too.
Yeah.
But she wants to have a conversation with him.
Okay.
That she thinks she's been miscommunicating some things because like the first conversation we ever had was, how I'm a monster fucker. But the thing is, I had a crush on you a long time before, and I was nervous to talk to you because it's you, and it wasn't because I necessarily wanted to sleep with you. I mean, it did, and it's awesome, and I want to continue doing that if we can. But it was less about that and more just about, you like the same music that I like, and you're neat, and I really like you, which I know that we've discussed. But I'm afraid that you think, or whatever, that I'm just using you. For sex, which, I mean, I guess maybe, but not in like maybe more like a literal sense. But I'm not. You're not a fetish or something. It's not because I'm a monster fucker. It's because I'm an id enthusiast.
And as you look back up to him, like from your eyes closed, looking down, and you look back up to him like, I'm an id enthusiast. He has his hand like on your leg. You don't even remember him putting his hand there, and he's just looking at you.
God bless this man trying to calm me down.
With like,
we'll figure it out one day.
He thought maybe the touch would kind of like bring you back, and you didn't notice. He's just like letting you get it out.
He has a pillowcase he's ready to put on.
He's just like, and your time. But he goes, I never thought any of that.
Okay, good.
Why did you think that I would think that you would think? Why? Explain the monster fucker thing.
Oh, well, no, it's just, there was a time when
have you met me?
When Liz and Duncan started seeing each other, and I was kind of asking him to, bring you notes like we were in middle school, and he said monster fucker.
Oh. Yeah, so a lot of people can't see past this. It's part of a legitimate curse. And some people can't get past the smell, can't get past whatever things we got going on. And sometimes when you call somebody on it, they stop. And if they don't stop, then probably not a monster fucker. I mean, it might be a monster fucker, but not specifically targeting me. But no, and you pat your leg. I don't think that.
Okay. You still kind of like me?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, cool. Look at all the fake sun! Woo!
Yep. And he helps you kind of set up.
Great, now that we're cool, I need a bed moved and a desk.
Yeah, he does. He kind of helps you. He does like the boyfriend treatment of like helping you move and stuff.
Excellent.
Do you have a pickup truck I could borrow to move my furniture?
This is why you date women. They're already ready. They have a U-Haul.
They have the U-Haul.
I'll provide pizza and beer.
Yeah.
It's not.
You'll feel like you're 20 again. Okay.
It's not DiGiorno's. It's delivery.
It's delivery.
So what is Siren gonna do for 2 weeks?
I don't know. My head hurts so bad.
Okay. So.
She plays so much.
So Vegas is going to make.
Thank you, please. Hey, I need you to lead this interaction. Let's go.
Vegas is going to make an effort to spend more time with you. A lot of it is like training, because it's like what you guys kind of connect on. There's obviously all the goodness. But he wants to spend time trying to teach you something new.
Ooh.
So it's either music or combat or
music. Let's music.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at his place,
his new place.
You see that a lot of his, because when you first walked into the Vegas place that you have now, he had old guitars and all these. It's now more of like there's a whole room that is just a little mini soundproof stage.
She's very excited about that.
So, is there something you would like to learn new, music-wise? Either performance or like I'm giving you a specialty for
Yeah, no, I appreciate
something musically.
that. So she has, cause she has like performance stuff. I'm trying to like think of something unique and specific that she could spend time learning.
Well, I will say this. So you have a specialty in like production design
I do.
or set design or
I
something.
do.
You can take an additional specialty die for soundproofing and like almost architectural design
Okay.
for how to control your gifts
Okay.
and how to.
I have a weird. Nope, I have a weird request.
Okay, go for it. I like that better.
Can I? Okay, because I realize that
Can I
this is
do this today?
only effective in spaces we have had our hands in. But she realizes that we're not always going to be able to control the sound of the space that we're in.
Mhm.
Can I learn ventriloquism and throwing my voice? Because I'd
There
like to
is
be
a
able
dot
to, right? Like,
that.
I would like to be able to throw my voice when we're in a public place and I need it to do things without drawing attention to us.
Yeah.
Would she be able to
Well-
do it with her daughter's stuff?
Well, so I have special things I can do with the daughter stuff in general, but that's more
Well,
once
I'm going to ask my more
everything.
senior storyteller here, Rav.
Hey, what can I do to be
Isn't
creative?
there a throw your voice? Isn't it a NOS thing?
I don't particularly know if it's a clan specific thing. I know that you could do that through performance.
Yeah, if I can learn how to do that for performance, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Specialty in voice throwing and ventriloquy.
I will do this. You have now a daughter skill
Ooh.
to be able to throw your voice. If you do it, it is a rouse check.
Okay.
We're gonna call it daughter's dummy.
Oh my god, I love
And
this so much.
If you do a rouse check,
Is this a specialty or a skill? Where am I putting it?
this is going to be a thing you can do.
Just a thing I can do. Okay.
Just a thing you can do.
I like things.
It's a rouse check.
Okay.
If you rouse the blood, to do this check,
Okay.
then you can possibly convince a supernatural being. If you do not wish to rouse the blood, you have a chance. You will automatically succeed against kind, but you will always fail against supernatural creatures.
With rouse check, if I succeed, I have
Yeah, it's like putting a spell slot into it. If you don't put a spell slot into it, all humans, you're fine. Animals, everything else you're good. But if you want to rouse the blood, you can get a chance at fooling a supernatural.
Which leads me to my second question. Are the Second Inquisition considered supernatural?
Some of them are.
Great, amazing. Thank you.
Some of them are just soldiers of the faith. Essentially, either true believers or brainwashed soldiers. And there's just a lot of middlemen in the organization, but there's always enough
Then to that
true
end,
believers.
she would like to spend her time and her downtime practicing this skill. She wants to get good enough that, like, I'm just genuinely using, hey, thank you for that. That's super
Nice.
fucking helpful. So we
Far
will...
Realms, appreciate it.
Thank you, Far Realms. We'll come back and play with that later. Thank you. In
yeah.
June. Someone remind me in June.
I like it.
So I would like to... Yeah, I would like to spend the time practicing that. And playing with... She would like to spend their time, even in the morning when they're or at moonrise when they're waking up or whatever, like practicing, seeing if she can make him look somewhere else, seeing if she can because he's so she's just gonna be constantly practicing throwing.
Okay, yeah.
And seeing, and she will have succeeded in her head if he actually looks where she tried to sound like she was coming from at some point, instead of just being like, okay, like.
There's a couple times where like you make his like coffee pot talk and he almost drops it.
Ah!
Or like you go
no.
when he opens the fridge and he kind of like looks at it like. There's a couple times you try to like make a barking sound and he just looks directly at you like that. That's not gonna work.
That was a request. Sorry.
But yeah, you get the impression that it's almost 50-50.
Hey, okay, good.
So.
Fantastic.
Is there anything else you want to do?
That's, other than all the things, that's it. That's good. We're good.
Okay. So 2 weeks go by. And you get a message to all three of you. To be fair, Liz would be on there as well. It's from Candide. And she sends, it's just a map pin location. With a little bit of searching, it's a under renovation museum.
Not ominous at all.
More of like a gallery type museum where it's just a big, pretty building that's empty on the inside, and they just put exhibits inside the museum. So it's smaller.
To our coterie chat, that's just, can we please try to make an effort to at least say, hey, hello, sending you a map pin, as opposed to the crap that these old people keep doing, which is just coordinates and Avengers Assemble. I
think in her snark, Siren, are you asking us to be better than the previous generation? Because we're already there. But yes.
Some Jace responds with some not racist version of explorer gifts. Not entrenched in racism, Christopher Columbus gifts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I hate that. Anyways.
And then let's go, I guess.
Okay.
I'll text the group separately. Do any of you know what this is supposed to be about? I assume no. Have any of you talked to Candide since?
I'm hoping it's hers and Rebecca's wedding.
And this is where they would choose to have it?
Okay, maroon tie it is. Got it.
Yeah, we got at the very least start asking for a dress code for these things, okay?
You know, which side of the aisle are you going to be on? You know?
Question: in these 2 weeks, has there been a new Tremere primogen?
Oh.
So the news
Probably.
on that.
Did Iris flee town?
the news on that.
Are Iris and I moving?
Iris is not moving.
Are we coming with you?
As of right now, the recommendation from the prince was that she take over as the primogen.
Of course.
Word on high from the Tremere side of the world was you've lost 2 of ours.
We're not sending you another.
No, you've lost 2 of ours. You can have her.
Oh, okay. So
Wow.
And the prince told her that, and she would have told you that. That it was almost the exact words.
Position, we're wiping out the Tremere.
Yes,
Is that
100%.
the Tremere literally was like, sure, you witches can have a chantry.
Oh my
So that
God.
was gonna be my follow-up question to that. Is like, I know that she and I don't necessarily hide that we are not the most Tremere of Tremeres.
Yeah.
But how public knowledge is it that she, within here and also globally,
Was
is
Sabat?
not is not pyramid lovers? That we are not.
locally, it is fairly well known that she was always very helpful with the full body of the Tremere. Anything that they needed and requested in triplicate. And she kind of made it a pain, but was always very kind and considerate to help out the ones that were kind of shitting on her.
Mm-hmm.
So she's tolerant of those who are tolerant of her.
Gotcha.
And
okay.
if you're going to treat me like shit to my face, I will treat you like shit to your face.
Got it. But it's not necessarily this is Iris, the House Karna.
No.
Tremere.
No. They're claiming her. So
Okay.
and there's this vibe that she's not being called House Karna.
Okay.
She's Tremere.
Got it.
And this is veiled threat of we still own you. We will still come find you.
Yeah. Okay.
This
Gotcha.
woman who
And-
may be older than New Orleans.
Yeah. Has she agreed to be the Primogen?
She's still trying to talk that over with the prince.
Got it.
Talk it.
She makes it very clear, like she very well, if things can't be done the way that she thinks they need to be done, she will just leave and the premier of New Orleans can figure out what the fuck they're gonna do.
Valid. Okay, got it.
She's very much like, I don't need the fucking ivory tower. I will leave.
Yeah.
God, I love-
Fair. God. What a woman. Okay. Yeah, we can I was just curious.
It's
Okay,
one of those
so you
things
guys
like her bloodline is her bloodline, sure, but
Yeah.
she don't give a fuck about them. If they
Okay.
treat her like shit, she treats them like that, like right back to it, but in no way that she could ever get in trouble for it. You've seen this in the Chantry where somebody like bumped into her, another kindred bumping into another kindred, obviously done on purpose. And she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I was a little too stealthy for you to ever notice." And kind of like, "Oh no, you didn't see me," but in a way like, "Yeah, I will fucking murk you in your sleep. Don't touch me."
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, so it's still in the works. None need to be implanted immediately.
Okay.
Nothing really serious for the Tremere other than, hey, this Chantry's still there. It's fine. Everybody is kind of doing their own thing with no guidance whatsoever.
Gotcha.
But, so you guys are going to go to the museum? What are we doing? Are we staking
Yeah.
it out?
A night at the museum.
Night at the museum. There are, I want to say obvious NOS. You know that these guys are NOS on the outside. They're not Nosferatu, but they're the ghouls. They see you guys approaching, and they just kind of nod, and they're just looking like they're cleaning up around the museum late at night. Trying to get the daily's work of renovation kind of cleared up off the city streets.
They're obvious.
Obvious.
Good night, folks. It was fun.
I don't even have.
And as you guys approach, one of them is actually going to get the door for you guys. Oh yeah, hey, welcome on in, guys. I think the big lady wants to talk to you.
Thank you.
And you come in, and there is display cases, empty display cases throughout this gallery. And at the very end of the hall, this long hallway, there is a desk, like an old, almost like judge's desk. Like this very well could have been a courtroom turned museum at some point. This very large podium-esque desk, and standing there is Candide. And next to Candide is someone you have never seen before. Ravnos, would you like to introduce your character, please?
Sure. So I am standing at about my full height, which is 7 feet. I have what looks to be the regular fittings of a suit, and then scraps of fabric that have been sewn into it with yarn, so it's a little comical, just for the extensions. But it looks like the body has started to wither, and whatever was lost from the body has been gained in the extremities. So my legs, my arms, and my fingers are a little bit longer than they should be. They're like little spider legs of spindly fingers, and very much almost clean shaven. There's no hair on the top or the face. Very much the long, monstrous nose, the wide kind of mouth. This man looks like the monstrous extremity of what a Nosferatu can be. But there are 3 cats at his feet. There's a chocolate brown Maine Coon that is fat and massive, even for a Maine Coon. There's a gray-furred, blue-eyed chartreux, and there is a small, just out of kitten into adulthood kind of mix of a orange and white tiger that is kind of running around him, whereas the other 2 know their place, and one sits to one side and the other sits to the other.
And she nods her head to you all. So Liz won't be joining us today. Apparently she's getting out because Victor says so. I want to introduce you to a friend. You've never heard Candide call anyone a friend. Even Rebecca Chase, her long-term fuck partner, is Rebecca Chase. A friend
In and out of the bedroom.
of a friend. So, I've heard that you all are not investigating, but investigating things in the history of New Orleans. And I know, regardless of what we do, you're probably going to be the ones that confront, fix, or destroy New Orleans through the Second Inquisition.
What? Us? We've never done anything in this city at all.
I wish you would never have done anything in the city, and I don't know why it's always you, but as your former sheriff, it's always you, and I don't know what it is. So
I feel mildly insulted.
Oh, I'm
you
just sad now.
keep relatively fixing issues, so it's effective. But
We're just cursed.
I asked the prince to have a guest come over. There's
She looks at Rev. Are you our babysitter?
no, he's
I am not in any position to be anyone's babysitter.
he's, let's say, conversational guest.
That was an odd way to phrase it, but it's very nice to meet you. I'm Jace.
There's a lot of rumors about the Hard Rock now. And those rumors attract almost mythological people of our society. Candy looks over to you, Teddy.
I take that as my cue and I just wave my large, massive hand. Hello, everybody. My name is Theodore Tovarich. Everybody calls me Teddy. It's nice to meet you.
Sirens out loud. Oh god, he's not our babysitter, he's our history professor.
Are you the mythological kindred that she seems to be?
And as she's walking out, nope, that's Beckett. And she
Oh,
just-
that's Beckett.
no!
He is Gangrel. We are looking for him.
You lost a gangrel and you're okay?
Yes, they like to ride around in motorcycles. It makes them very hard to follow.
Do you not know how to ride a motorcycle?
Teddy was never allowed to touch motorcycles. They are dangerous creatures.
Wait, Jem, do you know how to ride a motorcycle?
No, but I mean, I could learn.
Okay. Fair.
I think Jace would be the only one familiar with who Beckett might be.
Okay.
Megan knows who he is, but
Yeah. But I feel like that exposition is going to come.
Okay.
But
Got it.
Jace would have a.
Matthew, it's fucking Mercer.
It's. Yeah, when Mercer played this, it was Mercer. Mercer played Beckett. Anyways, just so you're aware, like you would have a little bit of this knowledge of who this individual is, just from research and analysis. He's that kind of guy. So, go ahead, coterie and Teddy.
Emphasis that E there, buddy.
Teddy. Sorry, it's.
And as I step forward, the youngest of the cats will follow me, but the other two will stay almost like they are gargoyles, like they've been longest ghouls of Teddy. It has been told to me that you had interactions with an Addison that I was supposed to meet for information on where to find Beckett.
Oh. Yeah.
Addison and the coterie have parted ways.
Oh, he is not friend anymore?
If he's
That's
dead.
a euphemism. Yeah. Think of the coterie as a body, and an Addison is a head.
Okay.
They very much, yes, have parted ways.
I don't like the idea of him having been our head. Can he be a limb we can live without?
Like a
Vestigial
toe?
tail? Didn't really need it. Kind of
a
got in
sixth
the way,
finger.
actually.
A sixth finger.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But you don't
There is
die
a man
from-
with 6 fingers on right hand, but no one is looking for him anymore.
No.
No, yes, we really hadn't had contact with him for quite a while, but then yeah, we just had to put him down, so no, we don't have, but we can find out who he talked to, I guess.
That would be very useful.
What information were you looking for from him?
I was told that the Beckett had either come here or had passed through, so I was looking for information. I am looking for him because he has more fragments that I need to add to my journal.
What
Okay.
journal would this be, by the way?
I am collecting pieces for him. He doesn't know it yet, but I am a big fan of his work. He has book written, I believe it's called Ersai's Fragments. It is very good, very, very old book.
She just looks at Jace. Don't tell Lisa, she'll set that shit on fire. It's like, how come he's
Yeah,
allowed to
well-
keep a journal?
We'll keep it under wraps. We'll keep it under wraps, don't worry.
It's almost at a certain point, they're like, I don't think we could take it from him.
Yeah. The one that's half a day old, you can take his book. Anybody else, you can't take their book.
Oh, Teddy is not looking to take book, it's just copy down paper. And I take out just photocopies, a thick stack of photocopies of pages that I've taken.
So this Beckett, why do you think Addison would have had contact with him in any way? Addison, we know, was looking to become more powerful, so either he attempted to diablerize this Beckett and either failed, and that's who we just killed by accident, or succeeded, which is worse, or he would have been trying to make some kind of deal with him.
It is probably the latter, because Beckett is pretty strong. Like, even Teddy, who is grandson of Baba Yaga, has had very tough interactions with him. I try to be very friendly. I have learned you get more bees with honey than with vinegar.
Oh, then Addison didn't run into him, because Addison would be dead.
Well, we know that Addison had, hold on, I'm seeing if Okay, I did not react too strongly at Baba Yaga. Okay.
No, or the fragments. You do
Yeah.
know that Addison was trying to get
He was-
anybody to work with him. Yeah.
Yeah,
If-
it's likely that it was just that he ran into him while he was across the river. Cuz Kitty had Lizzie had mentioned, that was Matthew slipping up, not Jace. Lizzie had mentioned that she ran into somebody that Addison had contact with. So we can always go across the river and ask around.
Oh, Teddy is excited for traveling. It is been a long time since I've left old country.
I mean, well, you won't have to travel too far from here, but
I would say
yeah,
that Jace and Jem, regardless of what you would know about a kindred saying they're related to the Baba Yaga, like you would know like that is a thing. Like you would be, because you're both spooky bitches from New Orleans, you would have heard that before and like known it's like this hag witch, this
Yeah.
this
yeah. I mean, she's Baba Yaga.
there's like a resemblance
everybody
there a little
knows.
bit. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Fair enough.
You know, I can see it in the eyes.
Yeah.
Not the spider fingers. Definitely not the spider
Not at
fingers
all.
of the nose.
No.
It's
And
the
also, you
eyes.
did not bring a chicken house with you, so I'm fairly disappointed, but it's
that
fine.
we know of.
So you guys want to go across the river to ask who what?
Not really, but we will.
No, I was asking you. I thought that was what Jace was saying. Let's go.
No,
do
no,
that.
we
Yeah.
need to. We don't want to
It
go
is.
across the river necessarily, as the people who have just been. It has just been pointed out that we are the problem children, so sure, let's go into Sabat territory, casually.
Fixer children.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
only because we're
the
talented, not because we're not
information-
stupid.
The information that would Teddy have, that Teddy would have, on the Addison Beckett connection, is that Addison was promising information about something so big that it drew the attention of Beckett. And there's no word on your side of if Beckett made it here
Gotcha.
or where he left afterwards.
Okay.
So let's give that as exposition. So it'd be more likely that he had something or was bluffing.
Mm-hmm. Well, we
Addison
can always.
bluffing?
I know. We can always go across and see if there's anybody else that he tried to bribe with information like this. And see if anybody has any ideas of what that might have been. Is this all of our first times going to the
Mhm.
Anarch
Yeah.
territory of
You
New
can
Orleans?
send Lizzie.
No, we can go on a field
We're
trip.
adults, it's fine.
I'm saying like you don't have to go across the river. So like if you wanted to send her on that,
No.
okay.
Nah, we can
So
do it.
are you guys gonna invite Teddy along?
Yeah, I mean, what's a nice way to ask if you can change?
Shapeshift. Yeah. Can
Is
you-
this the
Right,
only outfit
shotgun.
you've got? She'll just point at his face, though. Is this the only
Oh.
look this comes in?
Oh, no, Teddy has, and he will go around the desk and pull out a large satchel and pull what has become a duster coat. Same motif. It looks like it would have been a regular size for a regular person, and then he's added fabric swatches with yarn to make it lengthwise, sleeves and the actual length of the coat, just to lengthen it.
So, Rav, I want you to roll me 2 rolls. One is
You
going to
got
be a behind the scene roll of pre the scene what you talked to Candide about these individuals.
Oh no.
How much shit did Candide talk about all of us?
No, it's more along the lines of like what questions.
Yeah.
What questions would Teddy ask? So Rav, what questions would what questions would Teddy ask about these individuals?
Probably how long have they been with Edison? What can they give me in exchange? What are they looking for as far as payment? And does Teddy have to establish dominance?
Uh, so again, Candy would tell you a little bit about each of them. What motivations you could expect from them, what things you can utilize against them, to get what you need. Because while this is New Orleans, you're Nos, and none of them are. So she tells you a little bit about each of them, like who their clans are, and that information and power based in the arcane and the occult, that's right up Jace's alley. Records and music that is hard to find, or rare, or first editions, or anything of the arts of the music world that is in any way rare or special. Would be great for Jem. She's Malkavian. That Lizzie wouldn't be joining you, but she's the new scourge of New Orleans, and she's, by all intents and purposes, a baby kindred. She's older than the rest of the coterie, but she's on a pipeline in progression, it appears. But there's no true desire there to manipulate. You get told, like, it's better just to tell the truth. She might end up even helping you, but lying to her is not going to go well. But you won't have to deal with her. And Siren is Toreador, but a little bit more low key and local to the area. So there's a lot less pomp and circumstance, more of beauty and art in surroundings, of like the lifeblood of a city. Just waiting for Siren to come back, but I want you to roll me an intelligence awareness for Mr. Teddy.
What would be my hunger
Your
for tonight?
At your usual. Yeah, you would have had chances to feed on whatever was preferred.
I got 6 successes because I got a crit.
Okay. So like Candy told you, while talking to these newer kindred, you can almost see when you say something about like the old fragments, you see Jace's attention pick up to that specifically. There's nothing you can really pick up on from Jem other than she's focused on the conversation. And it's not so much what you pick up from Siren as what you don't pick up from Siren. Siren, roll me a charisma performance.
God, great. I love that I don't know what this is for because I was out of the room. Better, don't tell me. It's more fun this way. Charisma performance. All
Welcome
of them.
to the fuckery.
5 successes.
Okay. So your charisma performance was, you know you're going to be hanging out with the Nos, you know you're going to be meeting Candide, you know you got to be Toreador.
Oh, right.
And so you were performance level of 5, but
Amazing.
Teddy got 6. It's really interesting. That Toreador is not having any Bane reaction to your presence.
I have really good self-control.
And you notice that there's enough to know, like, she looks like she's pretending, but she's doing it well.
I did ask if this came in another flavor. So, I was just enough of a bitch
Sure.
to request he not look like that.
That was your 5.
Yeah.
It's just old.
It is okay. I have kitty cats. They draw attention away from the ensemble.
Fucking kind of magic cats can do that. All right.
Okay. So how are we getting across the river? Are we taking a van? Down by the
Party bus.
Right.
Party bus.
Uh,
The river.
yeah, I guess we just can. Siren, can you get
Yes.
what's her name to drive? Thank you.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
got you. We're taking the mystery machine. Got it.
Okay.
Done. It's not even the Vegas bus. It is the yo-yo bus. I am also
yo-yo
now,
bus.
as a player, terrified to leave her alone ever again, since we know she almost fucking died.
She?
Yeah.
Valid. Yeah.
Yeah, we happened to roll well enough about sending her home sending her back to the bar that one
Yeah.
night.
The ghost.
With the
she almost
ghost.
became.
Well,
She
that was-
almost
she almost
became
ghost food.
Yeah.
So so how that scene would have been played out is if she couldn't fight it off, Jim is right there.
Yeah.
Defenseless. There would have been some rolls made.
My
But
point
But
is
also she knows where everybody is. So we're gonna call Yo-Yo. She's gonna bring the magic van down. Siren, describe Yo-Yo to Rav. Teddy, this is who you see driving.
So Yo-Yo looks like, in my head at least, she was designed to be, Hilda from Ugly Betty. But like, if she was a leather-wearing, knife-throwing badass. That's her vibe. That is, she's got the big hair, she has the attitude, Spanish is her first language, and she can work them jeans. She always has a little stomach showing. She's always wearing like those tank tops that show off the girls. But in this version, it is still the jeans, but leather tops.
Yeah.
Has one of those like she wears one of those hip holster purses, right? Like that straps around the leg. Knows how to kick ass in heeled boots. Is absolutely there is now, since she has become my ghoul, in the big hair, a couple knives just
Yeah.
in like
Like behind the purse is just a holster.
yes.
Um,
And this is now that she is ghoul, the nails are no longer just for show. She could scratch someone's fucking eyes out.
So
Yeah, as she pulls up, I just wave.
she's sitting there chewing a piece of gum and just kind of looks at you and nods and looks to the rest of you guys. So you come out. What do the cats do for you? Like, what does the camera see walking out of this museum?
Because Leopold is the newest, the little tiger, the orange and white tiger, he's in that little backpack that has the viewport in the front. He needs to see the world from a controlled. Gustav, the chartreux, and Victor, the Maine Coon, are a little bit more. They're older, so they understand their ghouldom, and so they flank me at all times, and they keep eyes. If they sense anyone around me, because I think Victor has Auspex and Gustav has.
I need Cody to guest star in an episode with Rav now for the double Victor.
For the double victors.
Very, very badly.
And Gustav, I forget what he has, but they're just watch guards.
Okay.
Victor rarely. Like, Gustav is much more vocal than Victor. Victor only meows when there's like trouble.
Okay. But does society just see a 7-foot tall?
No, I squat down to like about 6 foot, so I'm like a troll, and that I just like walk around hunched. But I do have this very large fedora that again has the yarn kind of extensions to kind of make it fit the larger size.
Yeah. It almost looks like you had like a bag man of New Orleans, but like cloth. And So they see, people just kind of look and then look away. It looks like kind of like an old homeless guy, a very large homeless guy. But it's the cat man. Every street's got a cat man.
Fun fact: here in Orlando, we have a bird man.
Fair enough.
Right in on I Drive, one of the guys riding around with birds on his bike. He has like parrots and like a bunch of He does have the hat though. It's just when you're a weird animal person, you have to have a top hat or a fedora. Like you have to have a statement hat.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I went with fedora instead of a top hat. 'Cause I was like, I don't want to be pretentious.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
So you guys all climb in. It's Teddy. It's very cramped in here for you, but everything really is when you have to deal with this stuff. And you guys start making your way across the river to essentially Anarch Nation. Does Teddy have any issues with the Anarchs?
Not really. Won't be nothing. Don't start nothing.
Yeah.
Because Teddy's in the car, and may I have control of the radio?
You are the one person who doesn't have to ask in one of Siren's vehicles. Everyone else is, no, don't you fucking dare. Gem, she trusts us to set the vibe. Yeah, you don't have to ask. You, as a matter of fact, Yo-Yo just hands you the aux when you get in.
Yeah. He puts on Bronium's Rasputin.
Here for it.
Amazing. While we're heading over to the other side of the river, Jace is gonna text Liz to ask her what the name of the person that she talked to whenever she was faux Addison, whenever she was Fattison. And then B, if she knows of any kindred hangouts.
Okay.
That we can just go crash.
She sends you back a message. My people are my people, and she gives you like a little tongue out face. Go to the mechanic shop. Ask for Rascal.
Okay.
And because I can, I text Id just a gif of in a van down by the river.
And
out of context.
I guess I'll also text Iris and see if she has any Anarch connections.
Siren has no need to be on the phone, but she feels left out, so she is just going to be on her phone playing Candy Crush. Like
You can look at where the mechanic shop is.
And then I text Siren.
She texts back, best place to go to is, she goes, the lock shop, ? Anyways, look for Rascal.
Fucking Rascal. Okay, got it.
I don't have a phone, but I will take Gustav and put him on his back and then just play with his tummy like I'm on the phone.
Oh, fair. Okay.
Yeah.
You could almost
I love that.
feel like he's about to beep. Just
Please, Gustav, not in front of the guests.
Whenever I find out that we should go to the mechanic shop, I'll let Yo-Yo know so that we can head there.
Okay. It's a pretty quick drive to get where you guys need to get to. You get across and you start going to. It's still a nice area, but it's definitely like the local area. So it's away from, the New Orleans Strip and everything else like that. It's away from that enough. And the mechanic shop is a old 6-bay garage that they've turned into kind of like a biker bar.
Oh.
Kind of like a biker bar and like a grill, and it's like a biker family joint.
coming soon to Disney Plus.
Yeah, the mechanic shop.
Because when you hear your family,
When you hear your family.
Teddy, if there was ever a place for us to for you to learn how to ride a bike, it's probably here.
It's probably here.
this does not look like it has any bicycles for us to ride.
a different a motorcycle, but yeah.
I think
Yes,
you would
yes,
get along
it
good
is.
with Victor.
It is a
actually.
bicycle.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
And you guys
God.
pull up, and it's this gravel / dirt parking lot. Very clearly a biker joint. There's bikes all out in front. Everybody's got their cuts on. It's and they all look. None of them look old and haggard. You don't get the impression that any of these guys are over the age of like 40. And neither are the women. Also look very clean cut. Like there's no, like for a biker joint, there's no tattoos on these guys. There's long sleeves, there's leather gloves. Teddy would put this together seeing these kind of stuff. Like, this is a fucking kindred hangout.
That is going to fit right in.
The majority of these people are kindred, and the ones that are tattooed take almost a submissive role behind what are obviously kindred. So it's like a little biker bar for kindred and ghouls.
It's a biter bar.
It's a biter bar.
Megan, you're fired or promoted. I can't decide.
So sorry.
And you guys pull up, and before anybody can get out of the car, one of the younger, she does have tattoos and piercings, but she looks like she's maybe like 19 or 20. Very like Suicide Girls kind of look. And she runs up, and Yo-Yo's going to roll the window down because this lady's obviously running up to talk to you guys. She goes, "Here with family? Are you?" Oh, yeah, I see. She looks directly at Teddy. All right, family. Okay.
Wave of the hand. Hello.
You guys, okay.
This is what
Can I
it's
help
like
you?
being in WoW chat when you're both goblins, by the way. This is
Oh, we're both
exactly
goblins,
what
yeah.
it's fucking like.
It's also the same for dwarves or whatever.
We know
So-
no boundaries for our accents.
Can I ask what do you need? So I don't recognize none of y'all.
Yeah, we're
Hi.
we're looking for a rascal.
Okay, great answer. You guys park wherever you want to. Coming up, I'll have him meet you.
Mr. Rascal's flat.
Is Rascal a person or an animal, so I know how to address it?
He's a little bit of both, but he's upright like most of us. And
As we pull off to park, Jace is just gonna be like, "What? This is surprisingly easy. Why does everybody talk about anarchs like they're scary? What is happening?"
Maybe it
is-
gets scary
Is
later.
this Anarch territory?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Oh, I hear that they set things on fire, so be careful.
Did you just
That's
brought
why
this
they're
guy
scary.
into Anarchy territory? He's been in New Orleans for like 20 minutes. Nobody told him shit. Hey, guy, come with us.
We didn't tell them we were going across to Anarch territory?
We told him we were going across the river. We gave no more information.
Valid, I
awesome.
guess.
You know what? Now that I'm hearing it, I think I see why we have problems all the time.
Do you? I don't. I think everyone else should just keep the
That's
fuck
why
up.
I was asking. He said he had an issue with anarchs. So you guys park. You get the impression through the wooded area coverage here that this kind of place has been surrounded by. While you don't see any Nos, you don't see anybody else who's even Kine. There's no Kine here. So you get the
I'm
impression that you could
assuming-
walk around.
I'm assuming the bikers are ghouls.
It looks like everybody here is a biker, and some are ghouls and some are not.
Okay.
Are they the same?
I
Is
text.
it mostly the same motorcycle club, or is it like a spattering?
It's the same motorcycle club, but you get the different impression, the definite impression that there are multiple clans. Like I said, no Nos, but different clans through like the different lettering and the different colors and accents. It's like even though you're not Camarilla, you're still kind of rocking the same house colors.
And like 100%, I'm like, so you and Victor are getting married here, right? Just like, and also ask if she happens to have been here already at some point, if there's anything we should know. Any special drink orders to speak in
she
code?
lets you know that she hasn't been there. She found out who was in charge the hard way.
She's gonna be so mad when we keep going to Fight Club and Anarch biker bars without her. Like, she's gonna be so sad.
She's training with Victor.
Yeah.
That's gonna be way less fun. He just started using teen slang. It's gonna be a nightmare.
She's in her happy place.
So you guys get out, and I'm guessing the cats are gonna follow you. Two flank and one kitty cat carrier.
Well, no, yeah, I'm gonna keep the one in the backpack and just put it on my back.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody kind of looks at a new group of kindred who are not here on bikes.
Valid.
We definitely got dropped off in a van by our mom.
Yeah.
She has orange
It's
slices.
the mystery machine van too.
It's not even subtle.
I fucking love the mystery
Anybody
machine van.
that I make eye contact with just gets a wave.
Yeah, and there's a couple just like,
Kind of same. Yeah, Jem is very happy to be here.
yeah.
She's taking mental notes of.
But they don't stare. They just kind of like look, and they look at you guys, and then they look at Teddy, and there's a longer pause at Teddy, which Teddy you're kind of used to, and but they all kind of go back to what they're doing, and then no shit, the most leather of bikers you have ever seen in your life. He is wearing Daisy Duke cut off jeans. Over top of those are like leather chaps. As he turns around and he's kind of like nodding, you see that they're assless chaps, and
all
like
chaps are assless.
all chaps are assless. You're correct. But the view is unobscured because the jean shorts kind of just go up higher than anyone would cut them.
Beautiful.
He's wearing a leather vest that is a cut, like a biker cut, and then like a no shit like leather hat, and he is like a dom, like a leather dom, the whole biker swirls and everything. He comes up, and you see he's got kind of like chains on his wrist. He does have very distinct like gangrel features from what you've seen. There's like a scent that they all kind of carry around here, at least. It's a more earthy, musky, animal-like scent than your local Toreador. And he comes out, he's full of smiles, and he goes, "Guys, how's it going? I was told you were asking for me. So
Hello, village person.
I get that is a reference. Hello. We're gonna start with you. Hi, I'm Rascal.
Hi, Rascal. I am Daddy, and I just take his hand in my big hand.
He takes it. Now, how well known would Teddy be in this region?
By Nosferatu, well known.
Okay.
I'd be much more known on the eastern coast. So
On
I don't
the
know how
eastern coast.
far inland I would have gotten already.
How often would you go to other Nos for resources, or would they come to you?
Oh, both. Like,
Okay.
got you cookie, gave you cookie. Like
Gotcha.
we're even.
Oh shit. Okay. 1, 2.
Boons are the barter. Like that's
Yeah.
the economy.
The moment that you go to shake his hand and your hand kind of swallows, you see a recognition on his face. I think I've heard of you. Nice to meet you. Are these your friends?
They called me a babysitter, but I am in no position to babysit anyone. So they are their own people. But yes, I think no one has tried to kill each other or set each other on fire. So we are on good terms.
That is a great way to just start and finish and carry on throughout your night.
Awful
Please,
that that's our bar.
no flash
but-
photography
Yeah.
or open flames. So, again, all right, just kind of goes down the line. What can I help you guys with? You looking to settle in?
Well, we wanted to know if you've had any dealings with Addison Claiborne.
Me personally,
Yeah.
no, because I'm not fucking stupid. We do you need it? Do you get his money back, or what are we trying to figure out?
Information.
Yeah.
Yes, I had heard that he has a big mouth.
Yeah, big mouth and open arms and hands and pockets.
Was he walking around offering any information to people?
No, and he looks to you, Teddy. No disrespect in any way, shape, or form. He was trying to be a Nosferatu, a broker of
That is
information.
disrespectful.
Overstepping is out of his wheelhouse.
These are the people that have killed him, so I guess that these are welcome here.
Oh. And he looks behind him and he goes, "Hey, Scotty!"
Are we about to be bought a round of drinks because we murdered Addison?
Scotty doesn't
And-
know.
I was gonna say, oh my god, does Scotty know?
Does Scotty know?
doesn't.
So Scotty comes up. He's probably one of the older looking guys here. He does have some tattoos, but he is obviously not kind. Like he is too pale. He's not a ghoul. Sorry. So these were tattoos before. Comes up and he's just a bigger guy. He's wearing his cut, but just jeans, bike boots, and like a bandana and like a big gray beard. He comes up and he's got a little bandana on. He takes it off and kind of wipes his head. It's hot. He goes, "Yeah, boss." He goes, "These guys here killed your boy." He goes, "You have to elaborate." "Hi, Scotty."
Hello, Scotty, Teddy.
He's like, "They killed Addison." Are you serious?
Sorry.
No, good.
Did you have dibs?
If I couldn't have gotten my shit back from him, dibs, like y'all would have had to fight me.
Listen, we happily would have returned any shit he took, but
No,
things
it
happen
was
very
just,
quickly.
he tried to do this shit where he would buy information from you or something from you, and he would use the promise of that item for payment to somebody else, and then shit obviously caught up with them. So hopefully you got fucked less than I did.
That is a terrible business practice. It's like
It
banking.
is.
Do you mind if we ask what? We don't need to know the specifics since obviously he bought it from you. But what sort of information he was getting from you or promising you?
Outside resources of New Orleans for acquisition of dietary needs.
Okay. What did he owe you?
Information.
Oh, fair.
I don't mind telling you what I lost to the public. I just not going to tell you what I asked for in private.
Is there somewhere we can go?
Oh no, it's not. I'm here. It's just I don't know you guys, and I'm not going to tell you what I wanted from them.
I don't think he meant like to tell us in private. I mean, like what the dealing was meant in private.
just easy to say that I didn't get what I was trying to get. But hey, it looks like my information did get sold to somebody else, so not a total loss.
How hard did he have to work to earn your trust? Because
I don't think there was any trust from either side. I think it was just Rascal pipes in. Okay, well, this is obviously nothing to do with me. Are you from across the river? Do you guys settle in over there?
she's like,
Oh yes. Okay. Cool. You're a fucking tower. Okay.
Out of curiosity, do
Yes.
we know, like,
What's the right
obvious?
answer?
Well, like we know that like anarchs can be hit or miss, but we assume that because Kitty is mentioned this place.
You
and
were
also
very
Iris
much
did.
pegged as Camarilla from the
I mean,
get-go.
yeah.
yeah, we don't have bikes.
Also
Yeah.
valid.
And that if you were Anarch, like he would already know if you were Anarch in his city.
Yeah. Then there would be. No.
Is it more like, are you gonna hide it, or are you gonna just tell me that you're?
No, I think Siren genuinely does say out loud, "Did you see us have bikes?" Like,
True.
Would it help, Rascal, if we set something on fire to earn your trust?
No,
oh God, please don't. Siren even no.
I am unaware of how Anarchs handle their business, so I apologize. I went to the one that I've heard the most.
No disrespect at all.
We got sent and asked. We were told to ask for you specifically by Liz and oh God, what's mommy's name?
Iris.
Iris.
Oh, okay. Well, I
almost said
mean,
Victor.
yes, I'm the person you would let know you were here. Everybody kind of knows that. So you got good information. It's not like they told you to go talk to somebody else that would just kill them. So this is how we're going to conduct business. Welcome. Enjoy yourselves. Pretty easy rules. You guys look young. Don't start none, won't be none. And he looks like he's very uncomfortable saying this.
Word.
But he kind of like he leans over and kind of pats Scotty and like kisses him on the cheek and says, "You take care of this." And he walks off and he just kind of like,
Wait, the Rascal, wait, before you go,
yeah,
come here, and I'm gonna grab him by the shoulder.
yeah, up from like 8 feet away, and he kind of like comes in.
Yeah. I'm gonna try not to show how much potence I have, but I do want him to understand that I need him to listen to this. And I'm gonna lean into his ear and just be like, "Listen, Addison had told me that he had information about the Beckett. Since he is part of your clan, is this something that you might be able to help Teddy with?"
Okay, Scotty, we're here for the conversation. Yeah, that whole private thing. He takes a look at his watch. And he whistles.
I let go just in case that means
No. You get no impression. No.
So I immediately let go.
Descends.
He kind of like nods, like he's not. And they all look at him, and it's kind of like, time to go. And the bikes stay, but the people leave. The ghouls are a little bit kind of confused, but they follow. Can I buy you guys a drink?
Sure.
It's just a joke. Okay. Okay. And you guys walk over, and he and Scotty stand behind the bar, kind of letting you guys take the front of the bar. So let's not start with the biggest stuff. Okay. Scotty, talk to them. Just tell them everything they ask. Just everything that they ask. Well, let's start with what I wasn't going to tell you then. I was wanting information on the sires of key players in New Orleans.
Who are key players?
On your side of the river or ours?
No, your side of the river.
So who are the key players?
Well, all of your Primogen. But I don't know if the prince's sire is still alive. But just kind of... It's more of a research genealogy and less what you're thinking of, oh, he's gonna be going after... I'm just trying...
Listen, we have every
Family
right.
tree.
You have every right. We have every right to be concerned.
You do.
Given
You do.
that if you're doing research, you probably found out what happened last year.
Yeah. I know that a lot of areas, the Ivory Tower and the Anarchs are split. Here, if you're from this region, your families go back to the same families. So there's a little bit more...
Is this like incest?
Surprisingly a large amount of, yes.
Teddy is familiar.
But it's more along the lines of, where do we come from here? Genealogy. It's my hobby. But what happened last year, we all had friends there too. We all knew somebody. No, you all were probably closer than we were, but let me ask you a question on that, actually. The big guy, how's his kids doing?
They're good.
One's a pain in the ass, but
Never mind. She'll be
usually
professional.
if you breathe into it, it doesn't hurt as much. But yeah. You can't block me out. I'm here.
so
Yes, I can. I have the technology.
But and he goes on, but as you can see, your first thought of like, why would I want these bloodlines is to, I must be trying to do something malicious. That's the information that can be sold to somebody else. Hey, who knows why he's really getting this information on whose sire is whose. It's easy to throw me under the bus.
Are you trying to find an antediluvian or something? Is that the
No,
type of genealogy that you're looking for?
No, like, while sure Methuselah's may exist, I think the days of whatever answer, I think that's, if it happened, it's long gone.
So
There are some who believe that the beckoning here is called the antediluvian's beck, but there are some like Beckett who still run around.
I'm sorry, Beckett was an antediluvian.
No, not antediluvian, but he is old. And whatever is under the rumors, as I have heard, is that there is something under your casino. But I have not felt anything too powerful down there.
Okay.
Whenever he mentions
What the fuck are you all doing in New Orleans?
Whenever he mentions that, do either of them have does Rascal have any sort of hidden reaction to that?
Would you like to roll me an insight?
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead.
I mean, because obviously, fucking
that is the right roll.
Scotty. Well, Scotty was like,
Yeah,
"What
Scotty,
the fuck
Scotty
is
doesn't
happening?"
know.
Scotty doesn't know.
How Scotty doesn't know.
Scotty
Yeah.
doesn't know a lot of things.
There's a whole song about what Scotty doesn't know.
You said it was a what insight?
Roll me a. We can roll a wits awareness.
Now I
Oh.
hope that there's a Fiona
Absolutely.
amongst the Anarchs.
Fiona.
There is.
Yeah. Wits awareness.
You got it. 5 successes.
Okay. You get the impression that he offers nothing, but that's almost a mask in and of itself, that he's not in one way or another going, I think they're real or not. He's just kind of
Gotcha.
letting him have the moment of
Yeah.
being the attention. that would explain why Beckett would want that information. So the rumors. Look, I don't want to put this. I don't want to step in y'all's shit and carry the funk home with me. Scotty, is there anything else that you need to tell them about your interactions with the fuckhead, or the Addison? Is there anything you guys want to know? Apparently, I'm getting ushered home, so.
When was the last time you interacted with him?
About 3. No. God, time flies, and you're just having fun. Like 6 months ago, 9 months ago.
Damn.
Did you try to send anyone to look for him? I mean, it seems like the information is pretty important to you.
It hadn't. My information hadn't been up in the air that long. For what I was asking for. So no, I hadn't set anybody to go find him yet. But I heard other people were. I figured I would get my shit in the. Well, it rolls downhill.
You make it sound to Teddy, at least, that you have had interactions with Beckett, and that was what I was after Addison for. So perhaps we can strike bargain.
Well, that's me messing up. Scotty doesn't get any impression of who, like, he knows who Beckett is.
You were trying so hard not to say Scotty doesn't know because you did this to yourself.
Scotty doesn't know Beckett other than like, oh, Beckett.
Mm-hmm.
But that Rascal does.
Mm-hmm.
That he's the one that has the he's the one that was like, oh no, you said the magical name.
Either one of them for that.
So Scotty's gonna just kind of be ushered out.
Scotty's gonna go.
Scotty's gonna go. Scotty didn't know, so Scotty's gotta go.
I wave goodbye to him.
And then
Scotty.
Rascal turns around and goes, "Hey, Fiona."
Good night, everybody. That's it.
He leans
We've
kind of on
capped
the bar.
as a show, honestly.
Also,
like,
we
peaked.
did it. We
Yeah.
made the guest say it.
We did.
He leans forward to you guys and kind of puts his elbows on the bar and goes, "Okay." It's pretty clear that, at least rumored, that none of us that are gangrel that are put in a place wouldn't be allowed to be in that place if the good old storyteller didn't want it to be that way. So I've met him once. But I don't
He's a
know
nice
how
guy, right?
he is his own man. He is.
You gotta know how to talk to him. It's like purring a cat.
How do you know how to talk to him so well, Teddy? Are you just a fanboy going around? Are you a journalist? We usually ask a few more questions before we wander out here, but Mommy sent us. So now I'm thinking maybe we're your babysitters, which is much more unnerving.
It would make me unnerving.
Yeah.
It would make me unnerved. I would say because I
I
have
don't know anything about
I have known
Infinite-
Beckett since his embrace. So
Oh.
And there is a very definite
Ding, ding.
shock
Yeah.
on Rascal's face of, what the fuck did you just say? Like, huh.
I'm gonna turn to him and go. You wanted information, yes? So perhaps, as a show of good faith, I give you information in exchange for what you know.
Story time, story time, story time.
Okay.
I am the Nosferatu Primogen's sire.
Grin?
Oh,
Who?
I will let him
Indeed.
know. Okay.
Oh! She
Okay.
just goes and gives Teddy a hug!
This is not what I wanted, but okay. And I just hug back.
She's so cool! That's awesome!
Rascal goes,
I'm not able to
I
have my
will.
shock.
I will let Scotty know.
Well, that really
He's gonna-
destroys the song, doesn't it?
He's going to ask who your sire is.
The only one that matters is what my sire's sire is, and that is the Baba Yaga.
Oh shit. Okay. What information can I help you with?
Oh,
Scotty is
here.
going to
He
lose
is
his mind.
suddenly royalty.
Scotty is going to lose his fucking mind.
Siren
Right,
knows nothing. Siren is just
so- Yeah, it's apparent to like Rascal as he like looks around to like you guys like are you and you're hanging out with this. Okay.
And they are my
Okay, cool.
babysitters.
That it registers. That it registers on some of your faces what's going on, and some of you's like, oh, he's grins. Sire. Oh, okay. So what information can I help you with?
I am looking for Beckett because he has a new fragment to add to the heresies fragments. I am the one that has been helping him to write them. Do you know anything about the Book of Nod, Rascal? Are you a believer?
I'm not really. I think the Camarilla, and ironically, some of the cults, they're more familiar with it than a lot of the Anarchs are.
Do you know about the Black Hand?
And he looks to the others. Are any of you
Siren's
familiar with
so
the Black Hand?
goddamn in the dark. She's just here.
Okay. He goes,
I might.
do I have to worry about any of this here happening?
If I can find the Beckett, we can try to avoid the city succumbing to anything of the Black Hand's
I'm sorry,
doings.
succumbing to what now?
You might want to fill them in.
Oh, we have
Siren
the
would
rest of
like
the
to
night
be the
chat.
audience eye, please, because Matthew seems like he knows. Meg even seems like she knows a little bit. Pixie, okay, you're doing a good job acting.
I'm just really excited about. Listen. I met Candide's dad. I think that's so neat.
Yeah, so officially, is it Candide's dad or is it Grin's dad?
It's Candide's dad.
Oh my
That's what I
god.
thought.
I'm so
You can
excited.
say Grin's dad if that helps you with your story.
That would be no. It's better to be Candide's. Also, the fact that
Yeah.
she's his friend is
Yeah.
much more. So that's what it takes. That's what it
Just have to
takes.
birth her.
Yeah.
Just have to birth her. And I don't think that Rebecca can do that. So it's fine.
Listen, anything's
So
possible.
he looks at you and he goes, okay, well, if we have all night, we have all night to talk. I will answer. I think I could get a message to him, or I could put you on the path with the messenger.
I would appreciate that. The last fragment that I have worries me because what he sent me is unfinished, and what he sent me makes me feel like some of the Naughtists out there are misinterpreting the word.
Oh, that wouldn't be a first, regardless of religion. What about you? You guys believers? You guys naughtists? Some of
I
you
would
look a
say
little
again.
naughty.
So I don't know what the fuck this is. No.
Oh. And he's going to give Rav a chance to explain it to him as he pulls out some bottles of whiskey and starts pouring shots.
As they were talking, I was rummaging through my sack and finding the page in question, and I just put down a piece of paper on the bar that looks crumpled all to hell. That is just a faded photocopy of a faded photocopy of a faded photocopy. But there is a sick kind of joy that comes over Teddy's face. Like his smile very much looks like a shark's smile. Oh, the Book of
Amazing.
Nod is apparently, according to Nodists and people who believe in that kind of thing, like the Black Hand, a collection of stories about Cain and what happened to him after his transformation and his curse. And it is supposed to be a history of all the clans and where we come from, which, as you can see, by certain people who take it to extremes, and I kind of do a wild gesture of the world around us, religion in any form tends to be a detriment to society moving forward.
Yep.
He just kind of rascal raises a shot, and you see his skin visibly flush as he kind of like cheers to that and takes a shot, pours another shot in the glass. You guys all have shots in front of you. It's just more along the lines of like, this isn't just campfire tale that we're just like, and then the ghost went boo. It's like we're gonna have some alcohol with this.
Yeah,
Siren on principle does not drink whiskey anymore. She will request literally any other alcohol.
Nice.
Yeah, there's like rum.
Yeah,
There's some,
that's
like, clear,
much better.
clear rum. There's
She
some
has an
vodka.
aversion now to whiskey. Can't imagine why.
No, Whiskey Lou had no effect on that.
Yeah.
No
the
trauma
book
whatsoever.
doesn't exist as far as we know, but the fragments do, and Beckett has been collecting them for some time. I and others have been helping him to catalog them, which is what, and I just rifle through the papers in my satchel. Anybody who wants to take a look inside the sack will notice that there are 3 DVD cases and 3 VHS cases. Teddy is a man of refined taste.
It's true. Siren and Jim, make me a wits awareness.
One success, possible bestial failure.
-1.
Okay. Matthew, would Jace like to see if he catches an eye on what
Yeah.
movies this is?
Yes, I want to know.
I
what is
guess
in
that
this
would make more
man's
sense. Like
bag.
you're gonna be like, ooh, notes.
Yes.
I'm rearranging
Yeah,
the
look at my
alcohol.
sack.
I'm rearranging the alcohol in the bar.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Not even
5,
your
6,
bar, and you're like, this is not right.
He's totally gonna let you.
Yeah.
6 successes.
Yeah, he gets a glance. Unless you're trying to be like sneaky with.
Not at all.
So tell everybody what the VHS and DVDs are.
So the 3 DVDs are Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom,
Yes.
Stargate,
Okay.
and Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Phenomenal.
Okay.
The VHS tapes are of The Princess Bride,
Valid.
The Monster Squad,
Okay.
The Breakfast Club.
Okay.
Refined
Interesting.
tastes.
There's a code there.
I'm sure there is. Matthew is too stupid to figure it out.
6
though.
seasons later.
Yeah, every
The,
cat has a favorite movie, by the way.
I love that. Interesting. Okay. So you think that Beckett has another fragment here that he needs to get to?
I hope that he does, because, like I said, the last fragment that we got from him was over a decade ago, and we have not heard about any new fragments. And the last one that we got still has most of us worried. And I will flatten the paper as best as possible, and then I'll read. And those who remained upon the earth trembled in fear at the thought of Cain's rage, for they knew his vengeance would be terrible. How shall I face you, my sire's sire?
So we're gonna have to worry about Cain coming back.
Oh, no, I don't believe so. But, with the beckoning, who else could have had the power to pull everyone back home?
Well, then that gets in the conspiracy theories of Cain calling everybody back home just to feed on them, to rule the earth.
And we think the back home is New Orleans.
Oh, no, this
No.
is...
Okay,
oh,
thank
no,
God.
no,
that
this
was
is-
a weird thing that
Yeah.
No, no,
you
like
guys
the
were indicating
homeland.
towards too. Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, "What are we? Are we Mormons? Do we think?"
I will drive this entire game into a wall. Listen, I did not put religious trauma in this character. Don't you put it on me now.
Did you put that evil on her, Ricky Bobby? Come on.
Yeah, I can. Do you need it to get to Beckett, or do you need to get to Beckett?
I would prefer to get to Beckett personally, if you can arrange that.
I don't know if I could. I know a guy who might know a guy.
Well, whoever can do it would earn a minor boon from me.
I will do my absolute best to get you in touch with Beckett in person. And he goes to actually shake your ginormous
And
hand
I shake
again.
it. I go, "You are not the bad guy, rascal. Maybe try to have like an actual human name next time."
Yeah.
Hey, another minor boon, and I'll tell you exactly date of birth and real name.
Oh, rascal! I don't care that much about you, to say the least. No offense. I just
No, hey, look, I was trying to get what I could get. It's been a night. It's been you. Sure. Okay, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my big hand and just kind of put it on the back of his head and force him in for a hug and just be like, "You're not terrible for an anarch. Let me tell you that, rascal."
And he kind of like pats you very stiffly, like trying to figure out like where your form actually kind of is. There's a lot of bony aspects. And he just kind of hugs back and sits back. Well, if any anarch anywhere gives you a hard time, I think you can handle it. But let other people know. Yeah, we kind of get a bad rap for the most part. If I wanted to burn down the tower, it's a clubhouse. We can find it.
How would you do it?
How would I do it? How would I burn down the prince's clubhouse?
Yeah. Like if we were, since we are waxing poetical here.
I was gonna let this whole entire thing just go under the rug. Do you know who these people are? Okay,
No.
so this is the prince's progeny. This is probably the new Tremere Primogen's progeny. Our lovely little Toreador here.
Also a progeny.
I think
Yeah, also Primogen's progeny.
I think either Vegas owes me money or I owe Vegas money. If you could figure that out, I would gladly like to.
I'm gonna say you owe
rectify
him
that.
money.
I probably do.
She just
It was a weird time.
Yeah. Do you play any instruments? Because we can work that out.
There's a joke that Sway wants to make that I don't think that he would make.
Do it. Fucking do
About the
it, you
instrument that he would
goddamn
make.
coward.
Ask Scotty. I only play the skin flute.
Oh no, we gathered.
We knew.
I'm gonna pat Jem on the head very patronically, like a worried father. I'm just gonna be like, I am sorry for what is coming then, if you are the prince's progeny.
What does that mean?
Okay, now I'm
dude.
curious. What? Like I said, I didn't want to step in the shit and bring it home.
Yeah,
But hold on. What,
Yeah, but
what's
you're
coming?
already home. We just dragged it into your house. You just have to clean up after us afterwards. What?
Does he not just mean the Malkavian bit?
No, you haven't heard?
No.
Yeah, these are the faces of people who've heard shit, Teddy.
What's going on?
Oh, I apologize. I thought that you would be made aware that they
Faster.
are... The faster what?
Rascal just
faster.
like his eyes are wide, just like letting it fucking happen. Just
Oh, from what I have heard in my travels, as far as, and this is just conjecture, they are going to force the prince out.
Who's they?
Who's they?
Oh, that I can't tell you. I don't know.
What do you mean you can't tell me?
I don't have that information. Now, my information is looking for Beckett, trying to stop the end of the world from happening. That is a much more loftier goal than trying to figure out why they're ousting a Malkavian prince from a city that I don't care about. No offense.
We asked for one night without any major problems, Sway. We asked for one night of just
I gave you 2 weeks.
No,
2 weeks.
not the
You did get
same
2
thing.
weeks.
Whenever he says that he doesn't know who it is, can I do a wits insight or a charisma manipulation insight or whatever the fuck?
Oh, hard
Just roll
fucking.
some dice.
No,
With
hard
awareness.
fucking same. I would very, very much like to activate my sense the emotions power now, please and goddamn thank you.
Okay, yeah. Shit. Can you read me that one? I think it requires a rouse check to work
I'm finding
on.
it. I'm finding it. Okay, I'll rouse. I'll fucking rouse all goddamn day.
I like how Sway was like, "Hey, here's some information that you
No!
can drop."
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
like,
fuck
Taking a
both of
photo
you.
of this.
"You
Yeah.
got it."
Well,
Yeah.
it was so. Here's the thing.
No.
This
no
night
thanks.
was going to go one or two ways,
No.
and you didn't want to drink the little fun juice at Rebecca Chase's place.
What does that mean?
It's called me messing with you.
No rouse
In a
check.
timeline.
1, 2.
No rouse check.
Hey,
Anything. Just
I made a
sense
fucking
vibrations.
paladin for you, you son of a bitch.
Just sense vibrations. It just
Okay.
says learn the most intense emotion of a person.
Okay. Teddy, whether you like it or not, your body naturally kind of belies what you feel. And people pay attention to all the wrong things. Facial features, the tics, the subtle shifts or the lack of shifts or the eye contact or the no eye contact. Your body is just naturally going to put out its own little magic. You never have to worry about that. So what strong emotion do you currently have? What is your strongest emotion?
The
should I say?
strongest emotion would probably be fear,
Okay.
and following that would be the masking of it through overconfidence.
Okay. That's what you get, Siren.
Somehow worse. Worse that he's feeling afraid. I activated it after he said the thing about the prince, so I can't backtrack and find out when that started. I just started it like an idiot.
No.
Guys, remember how Laura Bailey used to have Hunter's Mark written on a billboard? I'm gonna need you guys to just write sense emotions, Pixie, sense emotions. So I can just have it up, like.
8 successes to see
Yeah,
if he's
so many
lying
goddamn successes, Matthew.
about not knowing who gave him the information, or like not knowing who is trying to oust.
Okay.
And he's probably not lying, but I'm obligated. So,
So, are you telling the truth? Are you lying? Or are you...
It is a mixture of both. If Teddy was told who was coming for her, he didn't pay attention.
Gotcha.
Okay. While all of that is happening, she's just gonna like push up on the bar and get in Rascal's face. Like, listen, if you even think about burning down anything on the other side of the river, I'll wipe this little shit stain of a bar off the map. You got me?
He raised the glass. Never would have tried it. Promise. Like,
Good.
that's what I was saying. Is if I wanted to, we would have. Some anarch cities kind of pop off, but it's usually due to interpersonal animosities with the nearest ivory tower. We have no animosities with you guys. Really, because the prince doesn't come over here and start animosities. He's not trying to claim more ground. No, I have no problems with your pops.
I'm gonna try to get into the Madness Network and see if I can see who's coming. Or just not even get in the Madness Network, see if I can force a premonition.
try to do it.
I haven't had one
We
in a
need
while,
to get
guys.
Meg. We need to
She
get
just-
Gem a precog tank at our house. Okay,
Her-
no pool of
her
blood.
jaw
It's a
just
sensory
rolled.
deprivation
That's what
precog
the
tank.
pool is in the back.
Yes, now that's what your pool is in the back.
So, Rav, describe again what you were talking about when this is coming, because that's going to be the thoughts that drive where she goes with this.
The passage that has been plaguing Teddy for the last decade is the fact that it mentions Cain's vengeance, and the ramifications that come from facing one's sire. And given where Teddy comes from, that is a vision that he never wants to think about. Um, the Baba Yaga, even though it is like his grandsire or his grand-grandsire, like the thought that he has a direct lineage to a myth still frightens him. And that's the driving fear is the
Should
beckoning something that was a cleanse, like a wiping of the slate, or is it something that is pumping in waves and it's just like these got affected, you're next, and then somebody else will be next until there's only thin bloods or whatever comes after that.
So, Jim, is there a rouse check for your
I believe
premonition?
I don't know. I haven't actually done one of these in so long.
The last few were also like paid for. They were bought for us. They were forced on her. So like we don't remember.
Yeah, because if I don't
anymore.
have to free or one
Or-
rouse check.
Okay.
Because I'm sure it's if the storyteller is
Oh,
saying,
right, if you
"Hey,
do
here's a
something, yeah.
premonition,"
Okay,
they can't
let
be
me-
like, "Also, get fucked. Do a rouse check."
Yeah, since you're gonna try to push for one as
Yeah,
he's saying this, I want you to do a rouse check.
Yeah, that was a 10.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay. Very nicely done.
I'm
We're so proud of our Meg.
In almost movie-like fashion, we see the face of Teddy as he's speaking, and you see people listening, and then you see Jem get like a moment of, I want to go down that rabbit hole. And we zoom into her mindscape. And there are two children. It looks like a recently tilled farm. It has a little pen, a little farm. And one of the children digs a little hole, puts a little seed in there, covers it up, pats it down. He spits on it. He stands up. He's like maybe 5, 6. And there's the other child goes over and pets a little baby calf. Time skips forward, and the farmer and the shepherd are sharing a glass of water. And they look out over their land. Nice farm growing on one side. Some pens, some horses, some sheep. There's conversation about adding more to the shepherd side. And you get these glimpses of, oh, but we could feed more. We could help more. If we had more cows, we could have more beef. We could have more milk for the young ones. And he agrees. The farmer agrees. And then there's an argument as time skips forward of the shepherd wanting to just, if we took some more of your side, if we pushed your farm, your wheat, your corn a little bit more, we could have more room for what was really helping people. As a little dog comes up next to him. This is what helps people, and he pets the dogs. Anything from food to love and companionship. Salads are great, but they can't give you love.
That's true.
And you see the farmer kind of storm off. And you flash forward, and the farmer is standing over the dead body of the shepherd, the bloody rock in his hand. and what looks like lightning, but molten, but just blindingly bright, strikes this man. As he falls to the ground, the sun falls, the moon rises, and the farmer opens his eyes. Blood red eyes. Sits up, stands up, smiles, and there are definite fangs. Time skips forward. And you get this impression more than image of this monstrous form. Obviously the farmer. The facial features are there, the same eyes, the same fangs, but skin pulled taut over a muscular form that's still rigid and bone-like in places underneath the skin. As he stands with this giant scythe in his hand, slices at the farm. And at that slice, there's a wave of fire that consumes everything tilled. And he steps 1 foot forward. And he's getting closer to you, one giant step at a time. And then your vision runs back.
Somehow more ominous than when the streets of New Orleans pooled with blood.
Yeah, that was just the Baron. It's fine. He's cool.
She just gets very quiet.
You don't know who is supposed to be ousting him, but do you know when?
No, but like all things kindred, most of our plans revolve around decades instead of years or months, so.
And you said you don't know why. And she is looking for an energy shift from him of any kind of emotion.
Is it just on one person, or is it everybody in the room?
Let me find out. I've been always... Oh, a person. The strongest emotions of a person. I've always been just focusing on one. No offense, it feels very broken for that to be a free ability I could just do on an entire goddamn room, so I'm gonna say one person.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think there's just a bolstering of him trying to push that down and replace the confidence back at the top. There are not a lot of cities that have let Malkavian sit at its throne for this long. It could be as simple as that. Someone jealous. The Sabbath has been a thing that is on the rise again, which is why the Black Hand and rumors of it have worried us out in the field.
Do you have any... You said you thought we were already made aware. You said you were just here for research. Do you care who's in charge in these kinds of cities?
No. I find that my clan is not... there are benefits to have been born into a low clan, as it were. No one cares about us except our own, which is why most of the tower that becomes enemies of the Nosferatu are changed pretty quickly.
Well, welcome to New Orleans, where we actually give quite a big damn about our Nosferatu.
It has been refreshing.
I give several fucks.
Nightly, from what we hear. But
So
perhaps if there was any...
so something's coming for the prince?
Okay.
I don't think that's your problem, Kimosabi. So how do we find Beckett? Does he leave like trail markers or something?
It's usually just people running their mouths about seeing Beckett and talking about Beckett. We know where he's been.
And the last person who did was Addison, which brought us here. And you think you know a guy?
I mean, the gangrel primogen usually know. We know how to get to him or a message to him. It's usually like, hey, I want to meet you at this time, period. Can you be available in this region?
Can you?
And
do
then
that?
we show up, and hopefully he does too. Yeah, I mean, we can do that. Are we on a time frame?
We don't know,
I know-
apparently.
Yeah, the sooner the better.
Okay.
Rascal,
Yeah.
who is your baron? Or barons?
We have two. We have one of them is former Cam across the way. Her name is Lacey. She's decent. And then the other is Jack. Jack would like to make a name for himself.
Got your
Lacey
favorite.
kind of keeps him in check. But, both, well, Brujah and then Gangrel. Lacey's Brujah. Jack is Gangrel. Not really our most shining example of what we can offer to Kindred Society.
He was very helpful the other night, not gonna lie.
He probably had something in it for him,
Don't we all?
or thought he could put something in it for him.
I'm going to fold up this paper, and I do fold up the paper. And I'm going to give this to you, Rascal, and I want you to give this to whoever you think would use this information the best amongst your barons. And let them know that whether they believe it or not, the Black Hand is moving against the tower. And wherever the Anarchs want to lie on the path that they are blazing, please choose wisely.
I can say that I don't want to be in there. Here's the thing: even if it's not real, those crazy motherfuckers believe it's real. The Black Hand, Sabat military, they, secret hitman squad. They believe it's real. This is the same. This is what's wrong with all of this. People think that shit's real, and regardless if it is or not, it's not affecting you. But you've got to kill everybody who doesn't agree with you.
The beckoning freed us from the jihad. Rascal, it's not wasted.
He kind of just nods. Okay.
I'm gonna put my hand like on his face, like just like very caringly, just like, you have a good soul, Rascal. You just don't understand what side of the war you're on.
What would be?
Just a
He's-
big old octopus.
He's very just like not moving at all. He's like, would you enlighten me to the right side to be on? And he is like, there's a tone of voice difference in his head. Like he is very realizes the difference, the power here, and it's just like, I'm going to take this as a shot to get some guidance and direction.
We will see what happens when the dust settles, and the Malkavian prince is either ousted or not. But that will definitely inform where we go from here.
I think a testament
I'll
to
turn to Jem and just be like, no offense, obviously.
a testament to how much I don't want to burn down the clubhouse. Even they might have a real hard time with this one. And knowing that, I'd rather help somebody, give them the best shot of winning, because I don't want to be around when that loses.
Have you told others that you could burn down this clubhouse?
It's more of a joke that we wouldn't go do that because that would be stupid.
Right, but you have put this out into the world, Rascal.
Not as a manifestation. I don't.
A flame is a
Scotty
flame,
call it?
regardless of what the match it comes from.
I would like to retract all previous statements of honestly hypothetical situations of my own competence. If not, I can help endeavor to make sure that no burning such hat as they don't do that. They don't do that.
You have a lot to think about, Rascal.
Just like, hey, I still think I do. Think it's. I appreciate the guidance.
This is every joke I've ever made that has gotten out of hand. Oh, you think you can burn out? No, God, I was just fucking kidding.
I was just joking. So he agrees he's going to give the note to the barons. If I could get you, when do you need to leave? You said as soon as possible.
As soon as possible. I'll be staying across the river and I give him the information for wherever Candide is putting me up.
Yep. Okay.
Rascal, if anarchs come to my place and try to kill me because you are the only one that knows where I am, I'll be very upset with you.
The only way that they could find this information out is I was dead by the time that you were able to rectify that. Over my dead body would they get this information. That's what I'm trying to say.
That is what I wanted to hear. Thank you.
I would have to be dead for them to get this information.
Kinda loses its potency as a promise when we're all ready. But
Super dead, ultra dead, double dose of deadly death. I promise.
Double dog dead?
Cross my heart and stake me to die.
Double dog dead.
Double dog dead. Okay. So here's my question. We're gonna have Cat back next week. So Rav, you can stay in New Orleans, or we can whisk you off tonight for a rendezvous off scene.
I want him to meet Liz. I think she's gonna be so happy to meet someone who's got
I think
shoulders finally.
I think that if Rascal needs time to get me that information, that I can be a fixture in the background. Sure.
Sounds good.
So, and if you ever need Teddy to come back and be in person, I can do that. Or if you want to run him out, that's fine with me.
The benefit of kindred society. Some things do really just move nice and slow in the background.
What's that like?
And then you get 2 weeks in a night. This is just something else as we wrap up the show tonight. This is something for you guys to know is like more of a lore thing, and premonitions and superstitions and religious intonations that could be prophecy or nothing. This is what a large part of the Kindred Society believes. So were there any final moments that you guys wanted to have with Teddy tonight? Were you all good? Didn't want to just secretly make some more deals with the Nosferatu again.
I know.
Leave your name and number and your business card, or
Oh God.
No,
yeah.
we
A
murdered
record
that
in a
appendage.
sleeve.
Well, listen, no, it worked out well for her. It was a courtship thing, apparently.
But yeah, well, that's our show tonight.
That was
Thank
you
Raph,
asking
for
their
being
father
here.
permission to date them. That was
Yeah.
Yay, Bryn. I'd like to court your son. May I come to call? Here is my information. Please, my dowry. In fact, that's why he took your record guy. It was Jerry. That was your dowry. You're allowed.
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
You're
canon
welcome.
now.
You're welcome.
Jesus.
You're welcome.
All right.
Grin had premonitions. But thank you guys so much tonight. We appreciate having Rav you here, and viewers and listeners definitely appreciate you. We're going to go raid Weave the Tale. for some awesomeness. So stay tuned. Give them some love when you get over there. And we will see you guys next week. Or in between on the other shows here at Rep RPG. Make sure you have those notifications on. Stay tuned for the next show.